Hello, friends. We are continuing our work with inquiry this week, and we have been learning so much about where food comes from. And that's been our guiding question throughout this part of our inquiry study. And today I have a special topic. We're going to be talking about how our food gets to us. And we talked a little bit earlier this week about fresh food, and today we're going to talk about processed food. Processed food is all the things that you can buy that are usually in bags or boxes. I have some pictures here: chips, pretzels, candy, cookies, fruit roll-ups, little cakes. Um, these are things that don't come straight from a farm. They're processed in factories, and different things are usually added to these foods before they're packaged up and sent to the grocery store. So we're going to do a little investigating today. I have a question. It says, do you think processed foods are a good thing or a bad thing? Now, we've probably all had some sort of processed food, and we probably have some processed food at our house right now. And that's okay. I just want us to think you can make your own opinion. I'm going to read a story to you today, and I just want you to think and for you to start forming your own opinion if you think these types of foods right here, processed foods, if they're a good thing or if they're a bad thing. So I'm going to read this story to you. It's called Processed Foods, and it's really long, as you can see. I didn't have it opened to the right page, but it's really long, as you can see. So I'm not going to read the whole thing to you, just a couple parts of it I will read to you. So as you can see, it says processed foods. So that's like fast food or McDonald's or different things that don't come straight from a farm. So a lot of processed foods started appearing when fast food restaurants started to get really popular for people. And there's a lot of different cookies and different things at grocery stores that are packaged like this picture. It says, what are processed foods? Foods that are processed are altered to make them easier to consume. They may be frozen or packaged. Processed foods are convenient for people or families with busy lifestyles. Processed foods may also feature added ingredients that enhance their flavor or make them last longer. Heavily processed foods include packaged cookies or crackers. So sometimes you just have to end up eating processed foods because it is convenient if you're really busy. But we're going to learn today that a lot of foods, like these ones in the picture over here, there's a lot of things added to these foods, like a lot of salt and a lot of ingredients like preservatives to make them last longer. And these certain things, right here it says preservatives are chemicals used to make food last longer, but sometimes they're not good for our bodies because they have additives like food coloring. So there can be some health consequences sometimes. Sometimes if we eat foods that aren't really great for us, we can gain weight and we can start not to feel very well. And I'm sure a lot of your families have taught you a little bit about this. Sometimes when you want to eat extra dessert or you want to have something really sweet and they say, well, I'm sorry, you can maybe only have one, or we can't have any sweets tonight. And that's because they're trying to help you. Your family's trying to help keep you healthy. So I have a challenge for you today. I have a challenge for you. I want you to, trying to look for the page. I want you to interpret some labels. So it says we can check the serving size on labels of our foods. We can look for the number of calories. We can even look for foods that are lower in sugar. We don't want foods that are high in fat either. So what I want you to do today, I have a special challenge for you. You are going to look in your pantry. These are two things that I love eating. I love eating my chickpea crisps, and I love dipping them in hummus. And I was looking at them the other day, and I was reading the ingredients on them, and I realized that some of these have added ingredients, that these little chickpea crisps are actually processed somewhere. They're not fresh from a farm. And so I have a challenge for you. I want you, the next time you're at the grocery store with your family, try to pick out which foods are fresh and which foods are processed. And after you fill your grocery cart, pick 2 items and write about where they come from. Like I mentioned earlier, you can flip over on the back of the item and look at the food label, and that will help you figure out if it's processed and where it came from. And then as we end our time today, I want you to be thinking about processed food. Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing? You can get out some writing paper and write down your opinion. That means whatever is true to you. I want you to start thinking about that. You can even go inside your pantry and look to see if you can find some processed food and look at what the ingredients are in the processed food, and then think about if you think those ingredients are good for your body or not. All right, everyone. I just wanted us to continue thinking about where food comes from, and really just thinking about how food gets from the facility to the grocery store to us, or from the farm to the grocery store to us. I think that's really important for us to keep thinking about that, especially since we eat food every day.